I'm gonna share you the. I hope everybody can see my screen, right? Now, this is some different class. Exceptional handlings. My first question to you guys. Okay, this is the agenda for the day. All right, we are going to discuss today functions, handling with files, and exceptional handling. If you get a data in files, and how do you read it, and how do you process it, how do you write it, and why? My first question to all of you is, why do you need a function? And second question is, what is the different method from others, others, and what is the benefit to me? Benefit for me as a developer. Okay. I would like to answer your three questions here. I would like to give you ideas for these three questions. Why do we need the functions? Okay. Right. What is the benefit for me as a developer when I write a functions? Right. Divide the large program chunks which can repeatedly used. Okay. Now let us the functions. It is set of statements put together. Example, I wanted to greet a person. What I need to do? I need to do every time. Let us take print. Hi Suresh. Print. Hi Venkat. Print. Hi Shweta. Print. Hi Chenna. Print. Hi Kirti. Or something. I want to greet every time this many folks, right? For the programming purpose or something. What I need to do every time I have defined here, and after 10 lines I want to greet these 10 folks. What do I need to write? I need to write again the same code after 10 lines. Same code after 10 lines. So here there is a lots of rework, right? To avoid the redundancy, this is called redundancy. We develop a function which holds code for all. Meaning of that is I define a function with set of instructions and if it can be used anywhere in the program, will help me in bringing down of code redundancy. So functions help me out of avoiding the repeated coding of the same lines, right? Understood? If you are understood about the functions, just give me one. If anybody having doubt, please raise the question so that I will gonna explain you in a very detailed way. Okay. To be precise and to be summarized, function is set of or group of instructions are put together to perform a specific task. Understood or not understood? This is the important area. If a function is set of or a group of instructions are put together to perform a specific task, then it is said to be a function, right? Okay, clear? This is clear, right? If you are clear, just give me one. Or if you want to repeat, just give me repeat. Yes, I got the just now. Okay. If clear. So some sort of similarities, Sachin, like where we can say the module also consists of. We will talk this module in the later, Sachin. I'll be taking as account and I'll be discussing it later. Okay. What are the functions? Functions broadly divided into user defined functions and system defined functions. Right? User defined and system defined functions. Now first we'll talk about user defined function because we are more interested in the user defined functions. So whatever system defined functions, what is the reason we are looking for user defined? Any specific reason? I want your understanding. Why are we focusing on user defined functions rather system defined functions? My question is, I am writing a question. Over system defined. For customization, Vivek, and everyone. I need everyone's thought actually. I'm not asking you that whether you are right or wrong, but I just wanted to understand what is your understanding for the particular concept. Guys, your answers. I'll move further once you. Okay. User defined are problem specific and build functions are standard. Okay. User defined functions helps to implement developer write their own based on the requirement may not be available in the system defined functions. Right. What is the system defined function and why when you design a system defined function is not suitable for our requirement and we create our own design. Superb answers. Like good answers. That is what I was expecting. Like user defined functions. I'll take another color. Advantages. We can create a function as per business requirement. Let us take one example. XYZ goes to hotel. Everybody not interested the same food. So what do we need to do? I need to order differently. Further solve my business. So the advantage of user different functions to create Guys, can you see my screen? If you can see my screen, just give me one. Can you hear me right? Yes. Now let's move on. Right. User defined functions to create one function. To create one functions. To create one function, we use user defined functions. Right. Now my next question: how do you define user defined functions? Alright. How do you define user defined function? Now I will define the using define function name. Define function name and arguments parameters, and followed by the colon your logic, your business logic, and you can return. Return is mandatory or optional? Guys, the return statement in functions is optional or board is not visible. Where are you writing? Guys, are you able to see my screen? Can you see my screen? The writing pad. You can't able to see. Now can you see? Right. Here written is optional. See, you can compute and wanted to store same values. We need to return the variables. Right. So, guys, are you understanding this one? Define function name. If you understood, just give me one. Now, guys, can you able to see? Just ping me in WhatsApp. Can you able to see? Because can you able to see my screen? Writing pad? Everyone? Yes, right? Now, let me create small function, that is greeting. Right? Good morning. Here, This is called parameters or arguments. After definition of the function, whatever the variable we call, this is called arguments. Arguments may or may not be single. Depends on your business logic, arguments may change. Right? Now, we will see. Now, I will gonna create a function, define greetings. I'm not gonna pass anything. Print. This is sample function. Right. So what I'll do, I'll call this as greetings. Greeting. What will happen? This is what? Simple function. You can see here. Like, can you able to see this screen, right? Okay. Now, I have defined a greeting function. So, if I wanted to do, like, I wanted to print every time, this is people are joined from different regions. This is what my functions, right? So whenever I call this, I'm just executing the, where is the error? There was some issue with this. Executed. See here, I was not mentioned any written command here. Did I mention the written command here? No written command here because I don't want to store any of this data into any variable. Written command was not given. Now we will see some other things of define. With define new and a comma b. So sum equal to a plus b. Return sum. Right? Return sum. Okay. So I will mention here. Return sum. What will happen? I am going to now. I will say what will happen. Now let us see. I am returning the sum. So I will say C equal to mu of 5 comma 8. So when I was returning, the C value is storing how much? 13. Because I was returning this sum into this way. Right? Are you getting my point? Guys, are you understanding? Clear? Let me, okay. My audio is clear, right? Okay. Now, this is what now we will go on see this one. The same example, the greeting, right? Greetings. I'm passing. So, print. Hello. I wanted to concatenate. I'll use name plus good morning. Greeting. Right. Hello, Suresh. Good morning. So I'm just passing the well with this. Then I'll make one space. See here. Okay. Hello, Suresh. Good morning. Here, this is called parameters. We are passing it and we can use it. Here as there is no return statement is here. So I am not gonna storing the any values. Let me go through this functions. Right. See now I wanted to define absolute value. Okay, wait. We are gonna define absolute value. Define absolute value of right x. How do I read it? What is the function for absolute? If x is greater than 0, return x. Else return minus x. Right. Now here if you see y equal to absolute of 6. What I'm getting? 6. Now Z equal to absolute of minus 7. What I'm getting? I should get positive well. Guys, is this function, is everybody able to understand? If you want, you can just give a try. Is this able to understand or not? Absolute function. Sorry? No, this is different. This is, ఇక్కడ పంపించాము. This is where we spend the x value. See, we just has taken x. Whatever the value we can say, we can want to pass it, we can pass it. You are returning, while returning, you are greater than 0, you are returning the same value. While less than 0, you are making as a minus of it. Minus of minus will become positive. This is what the absolute function. So guys, you got the point. Have you done it? Yes, sir. Okay. Any doubt here? That is there. Yes, sir. That was there. That is user defined function. I just wanted to understand, right? I just was converted this system defined function to user defined. That's it. It was there. Now let me see some other functions. Now I wanted to create one more function. Define hello print hello world return hello. What will happen now if I use hello? If I print hello here, what will happen? What will be my output? Guys, tell me. Will I get hello world, or what will be the output? We got the hello world only. We didn't got anything because now same function. Can I multiply this with 2? Can I multiply with this 2 so that I'll get 2 times of printing? It's no. Wait. So there is no difference, right? There will be no nothing. I'm gonna use functions with for loop. Define a function, run for array ng of 10 if x divided by print x. What will be the output of this? What will be the output of this one? This particular function, I am written a particular function here. What will be the output of this? 2468. Okay. Even numbers. Right? Absolutely. Now I'm gonna use run. Run function will given me 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Thus it is giving me the even numbers. For this will give me the 10 numbers. For the first number divided by 2 equal to 0 will give me the remainder should be 0. So this is what for loop. Again I will write it here. If I use return here, I'm not sharing anything. I'm just returning here. What will be the output? Will I get any output here? Okay, what I'll do? J. So I'll take one more. Now what is happening here? Run one I have created. There is no output. Why? What will be the reason? Why there is no output here? This output belongs to run. Okay. I'll say I'll assign. Okay. I'll just given this. So what is the reason? Yes, absolutely. The return statement is here. Here, I'm defining a function. The range I'm taking 0 to 10. Every time it is checking 1 by 1. So 0 by 2, it gives 0. And 1 by 2 is not equal to 0. And 2 by 2, 0. So 3 by 2 is not equal to 0. That's where it does these following operations. When I paste return here, After the scope of the function, remember, therefore, scope of any function remains till return. After return, whatever sentence will be null and void. The scope of this function will exist, hold good for till return. These all no use. Whatever, print, k, whatever you are giving, it's gonna be no use for. Guys, are you understanding the scope of return? Scope of return statement. I hope, are you able to understand? If you didn't understand, please give me 2, I'll gonna explain you. Please give me 2 in the chat window so that I'm gonna explain you. Guys, everybody is clear? Yes, everyone. If everybody is clear, just give me 1. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Right. Here. Now, let us see. Define plus A comma B. Sum equal to A plus B. Return sum comma A. Now, when I was storing, I'll sum of 4 comma 5. What will happen now? Yes. Right. Sum was storing 9 and A value also stores the A value. Alright. Are you able to follow here? Now let me create a function. I am defining a new function, new2, A equal to 3, B I am passing it dynamically. Sum equal to A plus B. Return sum. Right. Now let us say new 2. Can I pass only 3 or do I need to pass 1? Here how many parameters are it accepting? It is accepting 2 parameters, right? Now if I want to pass Default argument follows the default arguments. Now let us create it. Guys, 1 minute. What is the wrong here in this? Okay. See here, I was mentioning A equal to 4 and B equal to 8, and I am just computed the sum. Here I know that depends on, I don't know how many arguments I am going to pass it. So for this, I'll use a new function called define fun one. Wait, I'll show you though. Now we have seen the, now let us see here. Here, the one more important thing, whenever you are writing the functions, we should keep in mind that the whatever the data you are passing, it's not going to be the static content. That means that the number of variables are not fixed. Some user will use some parameters and some other user will go with 2 parameters. So that was the main reason we use the kw.argument as a keyword by taking non-fixed number of input. When you use define function a comma b, here you are instructing to the system to give or pass only 2 variables. Imagine I want to find the sum of whatever the variables I'm gonna pass, like 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is my values I need to submit. But when I created a function with 2 variables, when I pass this list of variables, this program will never work. So in order to make it as a global, this is called the static programming. This is called static programming, and when you are passing with KWARGS, it's a global. So you can pass multiple parameters. You could see, right? Here kw.arguments. Here I'm making as a 1 and 0. Here I have passed two messages. So I'm making as a first as a name and second as the message. Satish, good morning. So far we have seen the functions with fixed parameters. Now we are moving out with functions without fixed parameters. Guys, are you able to understand or not? If you are able to understand, just give me one. Okay. Now, this we will see. Okay. Now we will go to the Google Colab and see. We are going to the functions. This is clear, right? This is visible, right? Let me make some more. Okay. I hope you can able to see this. Now you can see the function definitions. I'm gonna revisit it and back. So with the practical, right? We have seen it. Okay. Here, the define is the define marks the start of the function we discussed. Define and parameters arguments through which you pass the values to the function. These are optionals. The parameters which is there in the bracket is optional, but the colon is end of the header. This colon will tell me the end of the header. The doc string describes the what type of function. This is optional. Like if you do this way, double quotes, double quotes, double quotes, and write the this is a sample function. That's where we write this as a function. The return statement. Okay. Optional. Okay. Guys, can you list out in the chat window that for defining a function, what are the things is essential? I want everyone to type in the chat window so that you will never forget. I need to write everything in chat window, right? Okay. I want to see. Yes. Write down the what are the things required. Define function. I want you to write down this. Type this. No, I'm asking you to type it that it's a define and parameters. Define is mandatory and parameters are optional. Return is optional. That is what I want you guys. I want you to understand. Okay. That is what I was expecting. Okay. Now I'm gonna create my first thing. Okay. I'll ask you to work with me simultaneously. Right. You start working with me. Here in this define function name, I have quoted as this is the lines. This is the function prints the name. So I'm using print Suresh. Okay. So see here, hello Suresh. When I was printing here, so I'm gonna see this. Hello Suresh. Guys, done? Once you done, let me know. Hmm? If you wanted to have, just use plus concatenation, right? Hello Suresh. How are you? Now it was being taken into not spaces, right? You want to give the space, two spaces. Hello Suresh, how are you? Yes, done. If you're done, let me know. Everyone, Sweta, Chirath, Teja, Mani. Yes, Sharath, we will see that. We will see. We want to pass the two different parameters. That is what, right? KW arguments. We have seen in the above, right? Okay. Here is, you can pass it. You can pass it. You can pass the two different parameters also. We will see that into the till end. First, let them get written expression. You know, right? The written. Now, here, this is the function. I am accepting the list. This function returns the sum of all the elements in a list. I am passing the list here. I am initializing sum equal to 0. And for num equal to list, sum equal to num. So, I am passing the, I am computing the everything in a list. And I am storing this. Now, let's see this one. I'll try to execute on this one. You guys will do it in the Google Colab. Now, I have defined a function, right? So, sum will be 10. Yes, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 4, 4 plus 6 10. Back first. If you want to do it, like, let us see here how this will work. Right? I have a function. Now I am using forward. It is taken to the get. It goes to the function call. Then it forwards, goes to the function. Then it comes to the into it. Then it checks the number in the list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it calculates the returns the sum. First will be 1. Then it takes the first element and the sum will be 3. Sum will be 3. Then it will take the next element 6, next element 4. It prints the things. 4 return sum. It comes out. Return the value is, see here. Returned value is how much? It is returning the value of 10. Forward print. Guys, are you able to follow this or not? How this works? Guys, done? If you're done, let me know. Sweta, Sharath, Teja, everyone, Vivek, Sachin, Suresh, one more Suresh. He is sitting next to me. Yes, right. Are you able to understand, right? Or if you're not able to understand, let me know. Here, you can see the difference. You can see the function, how it works. Now, we will go back. If I wanted to find the function description, right? This is what the documentation, right? This is what the documentation. Now what I will do, the printing the documentation string. I wanted to find the print the, here I'll use. This function returns what? All the elements sum of the list. So whatever that you have commented out, I'm gonna take that and print it, right? So that's where this functions will help us. Sachin, are you there? Any difficulties? Now, scope of variables. Let us see. I'm gonna create. Scope of variable is very, very important here. Try to understand. Here, I'm defining the global variable is outside of the function. I'm then declaring the local variable as local variable and print local variable and global variable. Okay. So when I call, I will gonna call. Let me say. I'm gonna print global variable or local variable. This is local variable. This is global variable. Okay. Then what is the difference? Now here, if I wanted to print here, let me see, print, I can print global variable, right? Global variable. What happens when you try to print local variable? Will it get prints? Why it's not printing? Because it's also there in the local variable, right? So it never prints because local variable is not different. Now what I'll do, So whatever the variables are defined within the program here, we'll try to understand. I'll make you to understand. Here, I have global variable is here and I have local variable is here. This local variable scope remains up to this. This is associated with this. When I print inside, I can print out. If I call this method, this both will be printed. And when I wanted to print global variable, I can print it. When I was to print local dot where, it shows you the error not defined because it's defined as a locally. It's not a global. Guys, if you understand, are you understanding or not? If you understand, give me one. Okay. Just work over this and let me know this concept. Okay. Now I'm moving to the other areas. Okay. Now you have a lot of assignment for this today actually. I'll be sharing you the worksheet. This is the handout for assignment for week 2. Sorry. This is the assignment sheet for this week onwards. You will get assignments. See, this is the task. I will not give you the code. I will give you the instructions. Here you can see these instructions, and I will give you what is the sample output and what is the things. You should go through it. This is again like very big task. You should work out. Apart from this, one more task is to compute program to print highest common factor. Okay. I want this to be done. Highest common factors. We discussed about types of the functions. What is the two types of the functions? Built-in and user-defined functions. The types of functions are user-defined or system-defined or built-in. We will see. ABS will give me what? Absolute. Minimum will give me what? Minimum value. Maximum value. We will see the things. Okay. This is the absolute function. So far we have seen the system defined. Now so far we have seen user defined. Now we are gonna see. This is what the system defined, right? Now all. So all means the true means if the all elements are iteratable, if we get the true. If the elements are not iteratable, so it gets the false. In this list, print all the list. So here I place 0 here. When I place 0 in this list, I'll get the false because 0 is not iteratable, right? Okay. What this thing can be possible? Directory will return you the list of the valid attributes for an object. If your object directory as a directory method, the method will be called and must return list of attributes. So I can use the equal to, greater than, everything. These are the attributes. Less than, greater than, equal to, everything we can possible with this attribute. Here, divide and modulus. What will happen here? Divide and modulus will give you the remainder and quotient. Right? Remainder will be the 1 and quotient will be, now I will say, I will try to use 11 by 3. 3 3s are 9. So the my remainder will be 2. Now, what will happen? Let us see. The enumerate. Okay, numbers. If I use nothing here, I'll use the numbers. What will happen here? It will show index 0 is 10 and index here. Try to understand the enumerate function. Enumerate method adds the counter to the iteratable items and returns it. This is the basic thing. Now, here, for this example, I have written index is 0 as 10, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 10, 20, 30, 40. This is my index. This is my value. I am enumerating on numbers with 20. What will happen? This will become 20, 21, 22, 23, 10, 20, 30, 40 is my value. Enumerate will add the count. Will add the counter. Will add the what? Counter. Here I am using 50, 40. I am using 40 now. So how it will be changing? Index 40 will be this, 41 will be this. That's how this will be, enumerate will work. Yes. So the filter methods constructs an iterator from elements of iteratable for which the function returns true. Right? Let us have created a function here. Here what the function is doing, this function returns the positive numbers. Here I am going to create number of the list of a range function. What is the range function we have seen? Okay, range function will throw me which minus 10 to negative 10. Right? What my positive list filter. We are using the filter. What the from the find a positive number from the list. Guys, wait. Filter. what we are doing here, we have taken bunch of this is the list of the variables I have created by using. I have created a function which returns to the greater than or equal to 0. So that what is the variable should I get as output? My output is ideally should be this only, right? This and this. So how should I select it from this? Use filter, and I should be taken away into the list from where I need to take find a positive number over what? List of the numbers. Right? This is what the filter command does. Filter to choice or select. Guys, are you understanding or not here? If you are able to understand this thing, let me put you in the chat window. Guys, please do it and let me know if you are having any issues so that we can move further. Sharat, Vivek, Venkat, done. Find positive number is fixed or okay. Find positive number is the this is my function, right? This is here in the given example. Vic, can you see here? This is find positive number is my function. This is my function. I am filtering out by using function among the numbers. I want to take only positives. To get the positives from this list, I have created the function which returns the only positive. You try to execute and see. Got it? Yes, Sharat, we need to have a more hands-on experience. See, it's like I can make you to understand the concepts, but you need to understand more concepts. Like, done with this exercise, executed and understood. Okay. Now let me put here to make you understand better. Okay, I have created a okay. Now let us see. Okay, we will go like guys. Vivek, just try to understand the function here. Now I will gonna create like from -5 to +5. Okay, I want not to take more iterations. Right here, I'm gonna take the. I will gonna see. I'll gonna execute the first. I'm coming to the first. Wait, just try to understand how this works. Guys, are you following here? Now I will use forward. I have defined the numbers list. First, I wanted to create a numbers list. Okay, I have created the number list. So the range is what? -5 to 5. So I am printing it. So I have a data of -5, 4, 3, 2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what my data is all about. Right now, the positive numbers list, I am using the list function. Okay, then I will use. I am calling the function here. Find positive number. Right? Find the first number is what? -5. Where it is been verified? From the list. Right? So next, forward. It returns. It returns what? None value. It returns none. Okay. -4. It returns the none value. -3. It returns none. -2. None. 0. 0 is positive or negative? Returns null value. 1. Return value 2. Return value 3, 4, 5. Right? You understood this one? Filter command. Yes, everyone. Okay. Everyone. Shweta, Sachin, Teja. Shweta, are you able to follow? No. Here we are using the numbers for numbers squared, right? I am asking to append the normal method to compute the number of squares of each element in the list. This is a normal method. This is what we normally write. We create the numbers of 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. 1 square is 4, 2 square is here. How do I use the map function here? Here I wanted to use map function. The squared list map is power of 2. This method followed by the numbers. Right? The map method applies the function all the items in the input list. Here map function. I don't map. Here we have seen, right, earlier we have seen the filter. The same way we are using the map function. Guys, are you able to follow this map? Now what is happening in the map function? If you want to write down the notes, you can write down the notes. Map function applies function to all items in the input list. Once you done, let me know so that I will take you to the other. Next one is reduce. So when you use the reduce, we are being reducing it to list to some value. The product 1 into 2 into 3 into 4, I am making as a 1 into 2, 2 into 3. Here I use the function tools called reduce. I use multiply xy from the list. List is same, I didn't change anything. So this will also give me same answer. Guys, finish it and let me know. Same day. More or less. Yeah. Okay. Guys, once you're done, let me know. Done? Reduce function and map function. So here I'm gonna define functions here. Define add, return a plus b, and add plus a into b, subtraction, everything. And I have written a function with as a calculator. So the first will be select options, then we will take the input, then we will pass the values, then I have made the else condition. If, else if, else if, else if, and else condition. Now let me show you this, how it works. First, it asks the options. 2. Enter first number. Enter second number. What is the answer I am getting? Subtraction of 10 and 20 is minus 10. Now I will run it again. I will do the division. Uh, so what I got? Remainder or quotient? What is the 17? Remainder. 17 is quotient, right? 5 17 are 85. So now I'll do again. Either you can add some more conditions that you can add these zeros. If again you can add the same program logic, you add the so you got the invalid choice. Yes, 15 will never give the answer. Here we can make the more changes it. Whether if it is a valid number, you can make the changes. Guys, are you there? Are you following? Okay. Now next one. Here, different form of arguments. Here, see, you are passing the two arguments. Sorry. Here, I am passing an argument. How I am passing? Two arguments. So, the first will be name and second goes to the message. This is what the function arguments. KWARGS. Now, when I execute this, okay, here in the same problem, guys, I need answer. Okay, we have discussed earlier. If I pass only, now I'm passing greet Satish only, will I get error or not? Because my greet function is expecting how many parameters? 2 parameters. Passed only 1 parameter. So will it get an error or not? Here, this is what greet exactly except the two arguments. Now we are discussing about keyword arguments that you don't know how many arguments we will gonna pass it. Here, let us take here this example will give me name and message good morning. Here I am passing the two arguments. Here instead of that I will mention, I will pass more parameters. Let us see. I am just mentioning the names and I am passing n number of names. Greet, Satish, Murli, Naveen and Srikanth. You see here, in this particular example, in this particular specific example here, here in this particular example, I am passing the star means its number of arguments are dynamic. It will be no more static parameters. Like let us take an example. Like in the company school, if I define the function with greeting of only Suresh and Murali, when Satish and Srikanth comes to the college, then I need to go back to the program and read the program again, right? So in order to make this now this program is we call it a global program, global function or a dynamic function. What is the function called? We call it a dynamic. So you are passing the parameters dynamically. This is not no more static. No more static. Here it was saying hello Satish, hello Murali, hello Naveen and hello Srikanth. Alright? You are getting my point, right? Should. If you are understood, give me 1. No, yes. If you are understood, type me 1. So that we can go to the next topic. Yes. Okay. Now we are come to the final thing of today class. Recursion functions calls the other function actually. We are calling the function with other function. Function calls the other function, even it's possible to function to call itself the function. That is called the recursive, the function within a function. Right? This is the function. This is the factorial. I'm using the factorial inside the factorial. I'm using the function here within the function. You try to understand this. This is the recursive function. Why? Because I'll put you here, there, and this. Okay. I'll go to the how this has been like working. Now number equal to 5. I want to find. Print format number and factorial of a number. So number is 5 and the first will be 5 factorial is something. Factorial of 5 is, we will get the answer. We will go see. Return 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 1. So returning and finally what we are doing 1. Then we do multiply the value of 2, 6, 4, 120. That was the reason the same factorial. This is the function, right? This is the function are being used here. Inside the function we are using the same function. That was the reason we call this as a recursive functions. What are the advantages? Recursive function can make code look clean and elegant. The complex task can be broken into the simpler sub-problems using recursion and sequence generation. And also, apart from this, we do have a negative. A recursive function is difficult to debug actually. Sometimes that logic behind recursive is hard to follow actually. It's very tough to understand and also it's hard to debug. The final concept for this today is lambda functions. What is this? Lambda function here. Lambda function. What is this lambda function? First of all, in anonymous, the function is a function that defined without a name. Okay. The lambda function is a one. It was defined as a name of a function. Here, I was not defined as a function, but it is a function. So lambda equal to. Now let us see. When I use print double, what it throws us, it's a function. But I have not created a function using the define. I have created a function using lambda. Right? The lambda, like how can I write this as? I'll make this way. Here in this particular example, C, define function was not written. So in order to create a functions without definition of a function, we use what? Lambda. Lambda is again a function without a function name. Understood or not understood? Are you guys clear? The lambda. Lambda, you will see lot many things of lambdas. You will see more often lambda. Now here, now I am printing. Right, it's a function, it's a 5 square. If you want to get a double, 5 into 2, it's a double. And I'm using the here 123. Okay. Now I will see the function. Here I was using the reduce also. Reduce means what? I will make this is to into multiplication. Right. Here product list. Okay. Print. Okay. Okay. This is what the reduce function will does. Okay. Any doubts, guys? If you have any doubts, and you let me know. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me the doubts. Okay. Okay. You can ask me the doubts if you have any doubts. One by one.
Hello, hello,
Yes.
hello, Suresh.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
From we'll get more information about filter, lambda, then reduce.
Yeah. See, I'll share you this one, right? So you can browse it and you can understand. You can try to understand.
From where?
No, I'm sharing the documents actually. I have created the document, right? Here I have a Python handout document where I have lot many detailed function.
Okay, okay.
Here you'll get enumerator, everything, user-defined functions, arbitrary, keyword, everything. Right? Okay.
Thank you.
And also, I want you to complete the assignment. This assignment.
Sorry.
This assignment.
Yes, sure.
These assignments you need to complete it and send it to me, everyone. You need to complete it by Thursday. Okay. Okay. I'll stop. Vivek, can you make me presenter?